Hello out there on YouTube and the internet. This is Robert Gillio from Enchanted, Oklahoma, and this video is about part of a trip I made September of 2018, the part being from Taos, New Mexico to Eagle's Nest via Angel Fire on US Highway 64. It's very beautiful this time of year, lots of fall foliage, lots of curves on this highway too. And Eagle's Nest is a very nice town to spend the night in this time of year. The night sky up here is unbelievably clear. I've been to the Enchanted Circle a total of 4 times now, the first time being September 7th of 2007. I came in from Springer, Cimarron, New Mexico direction into Eagle's Nest that time, and I didn't go all the way around. When I got to Taos, I cut off towards Las Vegas, New Mexico. I did, however, make up my mind I was coming back, so I've been back a total of 3 times since then. Love the area. If you're in southern Oklahoma, around Ardmore, please come out to Enchanted and visit grandson Jude and I at the Enchanted, Oklahoma Museum. We're usually there on Thursdays. So let's head easterly out of Taos, New Mexico on US 64 towards Angel Fire and Eagle's Nest. I find it amazing how scenery can rapidly change. Just a moment ago, looked like the New Mexico desert. Here we're fixing to go around the corner here, and a rapid change in scenery. Look at those beautiful colors of the fall foliage up here. Now it's approximately 21 miles to the intersection of US 64 and New Mexico 38, where you would turn to go to Angel Fire. From that intersection on up to Eagle's Nest, it's about another 9.5 miles. So we're going about 31 miles. Now I have been on this stretch of the Enchanted Circle before on a 2-wheeled motorcycle. However, I was going in the westerly direction that time. Really, there's not much difference other than if you're going west, you're going more uphill. Coming up out of that bottom there, north of Angel Fire, on up towards Taos. Really, that's about all. The Can-Am does handle significantly more different than the motorcycle does in the respect that you lean the motorcycle, you steer the Can-Am. I was just making a point to the passenger about how to lean back and forth kind of when you're on these curves on the Can-Am to help assist the steering. It does take some getting used to making the transition from motorcycle to Can-Am. Therefore, I do recommend, even if you're a seasoned motorcycle rider, it would not hurt to take the Can-Am sponsored 3-wheel basic rider course. There can be a lot learned from it. I learned myself by taking the course. Now, whenever I'm on the highways, outside of town, of course, I'm almost always listening to music. So let's get the jukebox rolling. As you can see, there's definitely some beautiful colors up here this fall. That's one of the reasons I chose to come up here in late September like I did. Most generally, I'm up here earlier in the year, August, very beginning of September. A lot of houses along the highway here. Very beautiful country to live in. This is the ski area of northern New Mexico. Taos, Angel Fire, Red River, known for the skiing. You can also see, we've had a lot of curves here. This area kind of here, flat curves. There's even some that kind of sort of lean to the outside. So you do got to steer the Can-Am, but lean to compensate for it. As we get on further down, closer to Angel Fire, we'll get into some curves, a little bit more curvier, and it's got some bank to it. Perhaps you noticed I pulled over on the side of the road back there a little ways. There was a for sale sign there, but I didn't stop to get the phone number. Even though it would be a beautiful place to live, I would love to live in the western mountain states, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana. Love traveling them, and I would love to live out in this area. The reason I pulled over is because when I'm traveling, I'm usually taking my time, and if I see traffic building up behind me, I find a wide spot on the road and I pull over and let them go by. Just showing my fellow travelers out there a little bit of common courtesy, something that I think we could all agree that we could use a little bit more of out here on the highways these days. So be courteous when you're out there. Be nice, always be nice, including when you're out there on the highways. I love seeing the shadows from the trees and hills going across the highway there. I've just always thought that was very beautiful. Here's some of them nice 20-mile-an-hour curves. Now, one could take these curves faster on a two-wheel motorcycle than they're ever going to be able to on a Can-Am Spyder, simply because you can lean the motorcycle. Whereas you've got to steer this. And there's, again, definitely a difference between the two. I've only had this about 2,000 miles, so I'm not quite used to the way it handles compared to how I was with a motorcycle, because I can guarantee I put 200,000 miles on a motorcycle, and I feel comfortable taking most curves faster than they are posted. But them signs are there for a reason, and they are there to get you to slow down. So if you haven't been on a road before, take your time. Even if you've been on this road many, many times and you feel comfortable taking that curve faster than that posted speed limit, just remember, when you get in trouble on a curve, you're in trouble. We're now on that final 9.5 mile stretch down to Eagle's Nest from the turnoff to Angel Fire back there, just a couple mile down the road or so. Uh, I'm a person, when I see a movie, I like to do a little bit of location trivia and things like that on it. I wasn't aware of it the last time that we were out here. I was traveling with some friends, but there were parts of Lonesome Dove that were filmed in this area back down south of Angel Fire. In the scene where Call and the cowboys and the herd come over the hill, and he said, "This is where we're going to build our ranch at, boys." That scene was filmed south of Angel Fire, just a few miles down there. We actually drove down there. Sue Ann knew exactly how to get to it. So we drove down there and took a look at it, took some pictures and everything. Just a little trivia there. There is actually a lot of filming done in New Mexico for movies and some other shows. For instance, if you're familiar with the Netflix series Longmire, it was shot primarily Las Vegas, New Mexico, Santa Fe, New Mexico, the Valles Caldera, west of Los Alamos. That's where the Longmire cabin is located at. They also filmed some of it, from what I understand, around Angel Fire. Uh, the movie No Country for Old Men, it was filmed mostly around the Las Vegas, New Mexico area. Clint Eastwood's recent movie, The Mule, uh, some of it was filmed down near Las Cruces, New Mexico. There have been a lot of westerns over the years filmed in New Mexico as well. So, if you're a movie buff, you might go out there and do some research over what movies and shows have been filmed in New Mexico. Myself, when I find these locations, I take time to go visit them, because once you've been there, let's take Longmire for instance, once you've been there and you see that series and you see him standing there by that cabin, it seems like it is so much more realistic. So we're now at Eagle's Nest, New Mexico. Took about 50 minutes to make the trip from Taos to down here. I did cut a little bit of the video at the beginning at Taos out. As you can see, this time of year, not a lot of people out and about. That's because it's not ski season up here. When it gets snow on the ground and the skiers get up here, this is a busy town. I filmed this with a GoPro Session 4 video camera. I have it mounted to the side of my helmet. I've got an arm out there to extend it and get it on out past the helmet. I power the camera with a U-Green power bank, 10,000 milliamp hours, and it'll keep the camera running all day long. For video editing, I use CyberLink's Power Director. And I use royalty-free music from epidemicsound.com. Here we are at our destination for the evening, the Econo Lodge of Eagle's Nest, New Mexico. Been by here several times. This is the first time I've ever stayed here. It's a nice little motel. Turned out the manager here used to work for the same company I'm employed by. He went to work there sometime after I did. Left the company a few years ago, came up here and started managing this motel. Nice little place to stay. Beautiful view. Went to downtown Eagles Nest where we had supper at the downtown saloon. It's the only cafe open this time of the evening because summer tourist season is over with and the ski season has not started yet. Then we watched the sun go down. Very beautiful sunset. I purchased my 2018 Can-Am RT Limited at Lewis Power Sports in Greenville, Texas. While I was on this trip, I got an accessory added to my Can-Am at Northern Colorado Power Sports in Fort Collins, Colorado. Whenever I'm on these long trips, I've got extra gear that I carry with me, so I went and got a Can-Am factory trailer hitch, and I pull a Jupiter model motorcycle cargo trailer available from Neosho Fiberglass in Neosho, Missouri. Grandson Jude and I would like to say thank you for watching our video. Be safe out there on the highways, and please remember, there still ain't no feeling like cowmobiling.